History Lesson for Marilyn of Minnesota. March 27, 2019 by Anna von Reitz. Nobody should feel bad about not knowing things that have been purposefully hidden from them, right? We aren't stupid. We aren't at fault for the deceit of others. But now that we are learning new things, we can't just go on under the old assumptions. All three constitutions very clearly reference the form of government we are owed as a republican form of government. Not republics. Not democracies. Our founders knew all about republics and democracies, and if they had meant either one, they would have said so, but instead, they said, a republican form. This means, quite literally, that we are to sit around the kitchen table and decide what happens in our country, in our state, and also, ultimately, how we are represented globally. We are meant to be self-governing at a grassroots level. Literally. Now, I could wax on about all that, but there would be naysayers who have been indoctrinated in the British system of constitutional democracy, and there would be papists who promote the municipal republics, none of which are American, hurling insults and bad-mouthing me personally as my repayment for bringing forward these facts. Thankfully, you don't have to hear it just from me. Go get yourselves a copy of Ricardo Johansson's book, Emergence from Illusion, Nation Building Should Begin at Home, and read pages 77 to 91. We, Americans, have our own form of government, and it is neither a constitutional democracy, which is the government of the British territorial United States, nor a Roman-style municipal republic, which is the form of government adopted by the municipal oligarchy running Washington, D.C. So all of you who are out there promoting republics are wrong. And you are playing into the hands of the papist oligarchy. Is that what you intend to do? If not, it's time to stop, pause, and get your directions straight. Likewise, all of you who are out promoting constitutional democracy are also miles off target. That's not American. That's British. In both cases, the groups promoting either republics or democracies are not promoting anything American, and can't therefore represent our states of the Union. So there is that part of it. All those groups out there who are struggling to come to grips with the situation and trying to assemble states must first and foremost admit what kind of states they are assembling. United States citizens are British territorial citizens, and they may very well want to band together and form states of states for the Queen, but if so, they must clearly state who they are and what they are doing and not try to deceive anyone about it. Citizens of the United States are municipal citizens of the Holy Roman Empire, and they may want to create more states of states for the Pope, and run them as municipal states, but if so, they, too, need to forthrightly admit what they are doing and not try to deceive anyone about it. We, American state citizens, are the natural population of the states of our Union, doing business as the United States of America, the unincorporated version, and we are being very upfront about who we are and what we are doing. We are forming our American Republican States of the Union, which are not any form of states, not incorporated, not republics, and not constitutional democracies, either. It is a sad day when so many Americans are left so uneducated about their own history and their own government that when it comes time to sit down at their kitchen tables and govern, they take reference to foreign governments instead. Our organization, the American States Assembly, is assembling the American states, and we are using the Republican form of government we are heir to, and we are properly assembling as American state citizens. The end result of this proper understanding and construction is that we are assembling the actual people and the actual states of the Union that are party to the constitutions and owed all good faith service and guarantees and treaties from both the Pope and the British monarch. So, there it is, the facts, ma'am. Now, it's up to all of you to decide what you want and intend to do. Choice A, act as British territorial, United States citizens and form states of states that are constitutional democracies. Choice B, act as citizens of the United States and form states of states that are municipal republics. Choice C, act as American state citizens and form actual republican states that are sovereign entities. And don't think for a moment that you will be allowed to pass off foreign state of states as one of our states of the Union, because that will not in any case pass muster. One final word, as you can see, the foreign governments, both the constitutional democracies of the Brits and the municipal republics of the papists, are populated by U.S. citizens. U.S. citizens of either kind are not allowed to participate in the American state governments. The American states are each separate nations in much the same way that France is a separate nation from Belgium, even though they both speak French more or less. As a result, and to prevent conflict of interest, all the American states require that their people hold one and only one citizenship allegiance, their state citizenship. You cannot hold a dual citizenship of any kind and be a member of an American state assembly. I am sorry that this is the fact, but it is, and you can readily see why. We have 50 states which are 50 separate nations here. If we allowed dual citizenship, can you imagine the confusion and the skullduggery that would go on? It would be impossible to hold a state election. And once you did hold a state election, it would be impossible to be sure that the results reflected the will of the people actually living in that state. So Americans who wish to participate in state government need to be singularly committed to that state and to that state government alone, without any commitment to any other foreign government. Go ahead and assemble the kind of state, or in the case of U.S. citizens, state of state, you want to assemble, but be clear among yourselves and with the public about what you are doing, what form of government you are operating, and in what capacity you are acting. Don't confuse the kinds of citizenship required, or the kind of government that results. Don't call republics American. Don't call constitutional democracies America. And don't call states of states American states. Be clear and honest about what you are doing and who and what you are assembling, and we won't have any problems. Try to foist off a foreign state of state as one of our states and we will have you in international court and strung out as insurrectionists acting in conspiracy against the constitutions. In the confusion following the Civil War, a Scottish commercial corporation foisted off British territorial states of states as American states and we paid the price for it. There won't be any more substitutions like that. Ever.